Hi fans. Randy Ingersoll here, broadcasting this afternoon's match between Jewdoka and davideg being played at boardspace.net. This is a quarterfinals match between the two players in the 2020 official online Hive World Championship. It's a 6-game match. First one to 3.5 points wins. So I'm live on in my Zoom room, live on BoardSpace, live on YouTube. Today's match is between Jewdoka, a previous world champion, and davideg. Quarterfinals, both of them have survived through the double elimination. Jewdoka won his pool. davideg came through the loser's bracket. So according to the rules, Jewdoka starts with a half point, meaning that at the end of 6 games, if it's tied 3-3, Jewdoka will win and proceed on to the semifinals. Should be an exciting match between these two great players. Thank you very much for tuning in. Jewdoka has already checked into the lobby at BoardSpace. We've got a couple others that are waiting, I'm sure, to be watching. T. Fro and Hawk81 are also in the lobby. No doubt they will be joining as spectators as soon as the game starts. As you may know, the official online Hive World Championship has been played at boardspace.net for quite a while. I believe the very first one was in 2007, maybe 2006. I'd have to go back and look at my records. I happened to be the 2011 world champion, but was very quickly dethroned in 2012. After 2012 was a very tough tournament. It's interesting, since I've published my book, Play Hive Like a Champion, it seems like the players are getting better and better and better. Hi, Troy. Thanks for joining on my YouTube channel. So hopefully the match will be starting on time. We've got about 6 more minutes yet before the scheduled time. davideg has just entered the lobby. So both players are in the lobby. Will they wait to start, or will they get started early? That'll be an interesting situation. I had some notes here on the two of them playing before. Which I seem to have misplaced them. I don't believe they've met before at BoardSpace, at Board Game Arena. They've played quite a bit, I think 38 or 39 games. davideg has won 1 and drawn 1. So Jewdoka has the experience against one another. So we'll see how this tournament match turns out. Jewdoka versus davideg starting shortly. Just a couple of comments about the tournament in general. The tournament started back in April with a double elimination tournament. All the players were split up into 4 pools. The winner of each pool and the winner of the loser's bracket, or second place finisher in each pool, advanced on to the knockout rounds. The quarterfinals, that put 8 players into the knockout rounds. So there are 8 players playing. 1 quarterfinal match has already been played. Let's see if I can get the BoardSpace Tournament Manager. Actually, well, let's go to BoardSpace. We'll go to the home page. davideg said hello. Let me make a comment to him. Hi, David, and hi, Joe. Making a comment in the lobby. In case you're wondering, I have a monitor over here to my right. That's where I'm looking when I look that direction. Let's see if I can turn this light just a little bit so I'm not quite so bright. Apollo Q has joined the lobby. I was inviting him into my Zoom room. Let me send him a link. Sent him a link, so hopefully he'll be joining in. So we'll be playing here very shortly. Jewdoka just said, hey guys, 1 sec. Let me swing this over here. Here is the, whoops, wrong one. Here's the tournament page from Board Space. In the semifinals, Eucalyptus and Quadlibet started last night. Quadlibet's leading 1.5 to 1/2. They played 2 games. In the quarterfinals, Dubé is still waiting for his opponent. Rise Again and Gandak will be playing this evening, late this evening, my time, starting about 11 minutes. Jewdoka and davideg are playing here. Eucalyptus and Lambda 22. Eucalyptus beat Lambda 22 4-0. And Quadlibet beat Sasigi 3-1. davideg has opened up in room 4, so we should be getting started here very soon. So they are determining who's going to get white or black in the first round. Of course, they flip a coin to some sort of random event. There is a method to flip a coin on Board Space, and the winner gets to choose whether they want to start white or black, and then it goes white, black, black, white, white, black. So davideg just selected random first player, and then we're going to be ready to start here very soon. Joe's asking David, is he ready? Looks like they're going to start right on time. They were scheduled for 3:30. Rise Again has entered the lobby. That's Ben. He's scheduled to play at 11 o'clock tonight in the last losers bracket match in the double elimination. And I'm going to be trying very hard to keep an eye on the YouTube page. If you want to make a comment on the YouTube page, I'll try to respond either with a chat on the YouTube page or responding verbally, orally. And here we go. They have started. Let's get this up. Let me shrink this. What I've learned is I don't want to make it full screen, because if I do, then the Zoom, they're hard at it here already. Not wasting any time here at the very beginning. Both players started with ladybugs. Both queens are out. Jewdoka is playing black. davideg is playing white. davideg played an ant, and Jewdoka played a mosquito. So it's davideg's turn. Hawk81 just joined as a spectator. davideg brought in the mosquito and a black ant. They're playing very quickly here at the very beginning. Davideg playing white, pinned the black ant. So is Jewdoka going to return the favor? They started with a Z opening, meaning the queens are on opposite sides of the initial bugs. And sure enough, Jewdoka, we've got somebody coming into the room. It's Jonas. Jonas Kronander coming into the room. Hi, Jonas, are you there? He's muted. And they are moving very, very quickly. And Jewdoka's got his pill bug out. Davideg has played 2 ants and a mosquito. Davideg has yet to bring in the pill bug. Of course, for those of you that have played with the pill bug, you understand that the pill bug is the center of attention in the hive. You must come up with a method to counteract and negate the pill bug before you can win. So all the white powerful pieces are out, 3 ants and a mosquito. Oh, okie dokie. So let me. Okay, he's saying that I can't unmute. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that. I just attempted to ask you to unmute, Jonas. Did that work? Did not work.
No, it seems to work.
Oh, there we go.
Good. Here we go.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. It's not a big crowd, or is it?
It is not.
Yeah.
You know what I think I will do is I will take this and maybe I can shrink it. No, it isn't a big crowd right now. I'm just going to leave that closed.
Yeah. I actually had a quick check-in with Quad after the match yesterday, and he is busy, but he will follow the YouTube live stream.
Very nice.
Hi, Quad.
Hi, Christian.
And potentially Frasco will join later. He had some tournament ongoing at the same time. But we'll see. We'll see.
So they've been playing very quickly. They've only been playing 5 minutes and they're already through 14 turns.
Yep.
Davideg has already got all 3 ants and his mosquito out. First beetle came in was by Jewdoka in a defensive position, but it's very quickly pinned. So it will be interesting.
So what about this kind of counter? He is blocking all the spawn points for this black mosquito.
That's one of the things I always try to do is, because you have to counteract the opposing pill bug, and the quickest and easiest way to do that is if you get a beetle up atop the hive by reducing the opportunities for spawn points for your opponent near your queen. So this white ant keeps its mobility, stops the black mosquito from having any spawn points. And so if you notice, Jewdoka does not have any spawn points for beetles near the white queen.
Yep.
In fact, there's only one black beetle still in reserve, although Jewdoka can use the pill bug to move the spider to here, which would free the black beetle. White does not have a pill bug in place yet, so it'll be interesting. He's in danger right now.
Most likely he should put the pill bug in place.
Yeah, almost assuredly the pill bug has to come out this turn. Otherwise, he runs the risk of not being able to get it into play. A little bit of history about both of these players. davideg had his first tournament here at Board Space in 2018. He lost in the quarterfinals to Pseudomon. Then in 2019, he also qualified for the knockout rounds. He won in the first knockout round, beating F. Bauman 5.5 to 4.5, same score that Pseudomon beat him the previous year. And then he lost to Dubé 3-0 in the round of 16. And of course, Dubé is one of the final 8 this year. So this year he played a lot of the better players in his march on through the losers bracket. He beat F. Bauman, he lost to Quadlibet, then he beat Pseudomon, I. Halanen, and E. Norman 43. So he beat some pretty tough opponents to get here to this position. And of course, we don't need to say a lot about Jewdoka. That's Joe Schultz. Of course, he wrote the book, The Canon of Hive. Groundwork is his first of 3 he's planning. In his history in the tournament, he started in 2015. He lost in the round of 16 to Fu Manchu. In 2015, I'm sorry, playing under the name Jew before he changed his name to Jewdoka. 2016, he finished 4th, losing to Eucalyx in the 3rd place round. 2017, he won the championship over Eucalyx. And then the last 2 years, 2018 and 2019, he's runner-up 2 years in a row to Quadlibet. Christian Galeas, the 3-time and current reigning champion. Okay, finally, White gets the pill bug in place.
So in this position, would you say that White is going on defense or Black is on defense, or because typically White starts to attack, right?
Typically.
Yeah.
Not always, but typically.
Yeah.
But neither player right now is mounting much of an attack. If you notice, both players are playing to get pieces in play. Now, you may ask what was the reason for that move? What that does is it opens up this pocket right here, which then allows a white beetle to come in, which cannot be stopped from climbing atop the hive.
Yep.
And as I mentioned in the introduction, Jewdoka and davideg have a lot of history.
And now you can't climb that.
And interesting how he did that. Sacrificed an ant to stop that beetle climb.
One question, Randy, because in your book you talk about tempo count, and in Joe's book he talks about tempo counting and tactical tempo count. When should you start counting tempo?
I think at the very beginning, counting bugs is more important than counting tempo, because it's more important to make sure that you always have enough pieces in play or in reserve, enough mobile pieces or pieces in reserve that you can surround your opponent's queen. So for example, with the white queen out here by itself, it will take five pieces to surround it. Once black is limited to less than 5 pieces, then black would have a serious problem.
But
and so this early
pieces around, right?
An interesting move. The white queen moves back in. Of course, what that does is that blocks that black ant in place.
My reflection to this is that he has moved the black queen or the white queen back and forth, meaning wasting 2 moves. Of course, he has blocked in the black aunt in the process, but it sort of feels like wasting moves, hence he's on the losing end. Or from a tempo perspective, I mean.
From a tempo perspective, that might be the case.
Yeah.
But this early in the game, we still have the consideration of, is black going to be able to get a beetle up to negate the pill bug before white's able to get one of his beetles up? And maybe that was the plan all along, is to get the ladybug out to free that ant. And another concept is the winning or losing of the ant game. Ants and mosquitoes, how many do you have mobile? How many does your opponent have mobile? So right now, white has 1 ant completely mobile, meaning it's mobile and not doing anything important, where black has an ant mobile, but if it moves, then that frees up the white mosquito. So right currently, white is leading in the ant game. Of course, black has 1 ant left in reserve. But one thing I've learned in watching and playing against both Jewdoka and Quadlibet, the 2 best players in the world, is never count them out.
Yeah.
In one of the games last night, Christian Sperling, playing as Eucalyptus, had a very, very strong attack going, and the next thing you know, Quadlibet came up with a method, freed an ant, and what that mobile ant was just enough to allow a defense.
So now, is this a sacrifice, this spider? And then,
well,
of course, threatening the queen if the aunt moves away.
Well, he can move it. He could attack the queen here, yes, or he can move over to this spot and free the black beetle.
True. So that is what Joe would call an ambiguous spider.
An ambiguous spider, exactly. See, now the other concern is if this ant moves. Okay, see what that did right there was it also keeps this as no longer a viable spawn point for black, because you don't want the black beetle spawning near your queen if at all possible. And what this did is this stops the spider from going into here, because that would fill the penultimate kill space, and then white would jump in and win. So that's another method that you can use to limit your opponent's moves. Now it looks like white's going to have to spawn another bug. It'll be interesting to see what and where. Nope, he's not going to do it.
Now, will Jewdoka pin the aunt or attack the queen? What do you think?
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to pin the ant if he did that. And if you're not familiar with how things work at board space, there is a done button. So all this moving around doesn't do anything until the players click the done button. And I've mentioned this before on some of my broadcasts. That also can be used as a feint, as to mislead your opponent as to what they might think you're doing. Of course, the other concern here is if the white ant moves away, this spot right here becomes a spawn point. And the way timing works, if you're not familiar with it, total time doesn't matter. It's the difference in time between the two players. So in the knockout rounds, it's a plus 12. So at the point where you've used 12 more minutes than your opponent can request you resign in a time forfeit. So I guess to answer your question, Jonas, I don't think that he's going to move this ant, because that moving the ant would allow this space to be filled and free this beetle.
Yeah.
Or allow this as a spawn point. So the question would be, does he have an ability to bring in a bug? And like always, I was wrong.
Now the question is then, will the spider pin the ant? Or is it time for beetle 2?
Well, let's see. A big issue for Jewdoka with only having one beetle left is there are no spawn points near the white queen. He could warp the spider into here and free this ant. I'm sorry, free this beetle. Without doing a thorough search down the road, that's probably what I would do.
Yep.
And that's what he did. Now that's because the beetle's going to be coming onto the hive. He's almost going to have to place a defending white beetle now. And no, he didn't. I guess he's thinking that he has time. The beetle comes to here. The white beetle goes to there. So back to your original question about counting tempo, I always look at counting bugs. If you notice, Jewdoka only has 4 bugs left in reserve.
Yep.
Of course, the threat here is to jump into the with the fill and release that mosquito.
But here, the white spider can still pin it directly, right?
Yeah, correct.
Quite in a good position.
Or the white spider can pin it immediately, or when the black grasshopper jumps over, the white spider could then pin the mosquito.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. Oh, okay.
That's quite a good attacking position, right?
Yes, that black beetle's in a very good attacking position.
Yeah.
And that also freed the black ant.
Yep.
And if you notice, this spot right here now is a beetle spawn point that the second beetle cannot be pinned from this spot right here.
Yeah.
So we're 21 minutes in, and sure enough, Jewdoka brings in the second beetle.
Mm.
And oh, he doesn't seem to be concerned about the fact he has no defending beetles. And the black beetle mounts atop the white queen. And as I had mentioned earlier, that's the most common way to counteract the power of the pill bug. It'll be interesting to go back and review this game, because the white ant moving out here, which allowed the black spider to be warped in, freeing the black beetle, is probably going to be determined the turning point in the game. I don't think that white has any easy means of getting a white beetle into attacking position, even though he's got 2 of them in reserve. That's more of a, that ant move would be more of a, I'm getting a bug close to the queen so I can use it as a spawn point for my white beetles.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about bug counting. Nope, he didn't. He decided not to do that. Let's talk about bug counting. He needs 4 bugs. He has 3 grasshoppers and 2 beetles. So he's got five bugs to get 4 spots. So white will have to stop 3 of them. And of course, what that did was that made a direct drop spot right here on the queen as well.
Yeah.
And the only way that can be stopped is by placing a bug against the queen, which is probably not a good idea from white's standpoint.
Yeah, but the only way that could be pinned is by having a beetle cover, black beetle cover, right?
Say that again.
The only way, yeah, okay. Here you go.
Now the beetle covers the white beetle, and the second beetle can come around before he has an opportunity. If he makes any kind of a ring trying to free the queen, black will have time to get this beetle atop the ant and then atop the queen.
Yeah. But in this position, would you rather cover the queen or the pill bug? If you had the choice.
He's probably going to have to cover both of them. The good thing about it is with the beetle here, he could place a grasshopper. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, now I want to warp it out.
Now, if he warps it, if he allows it to be warped away, will black have enough bugs? He would, because he'll have the 3 grasshoppers and 2 beetles.
Or would it be better to let the white queen be left in place if that happens, meaning that recover the queen and then let it be covered?
I think that if white had elected to move in there,
Yeah.
then the black beetle covers the white ant. You let the white queen warp away, because that will leave the white ant pinned.
Yeah.
Both beetles will be atop the hive. You've got 3 grasshoppers. Now,
So
Jewdoka will do one of 2 things: either bring a grasshopper in here, which would have a line of attack to this spot. Interesting. Now, why there? Oh, okay. This grasshopper is going to go out here and free this ant, but that also would place a block on that spot. Interesting. Yep.
So that final kill spot will be sort of filled with that beetle covering whatever bug is underneath.
Say that again.
The beetle number 1 on top of the other one.
This one, yep.
That will go down. The plan is for that to go down into the kill spot just east of the white queen.
Correct. Now, you had asked a question earlier on. Fran Vezok says, hello from Spain, asked the question, do you like hive expansions? So the answer to that is the hive expansions make it a completely different game, and much more complex. Personally, I don't mind playing with only the basic bugs, but most of the top players really prefer all the expansions. That's why the tournaments are all. Now that's interesting. White has a definite counterattack going here. Or not. So let's look at if white were, yeah. So the thing you always have to look for, are there lines of attack for bugs currently in play or bugs in the reserve? And the answer is, with that spider there, you could bring in a grasshopper, but it could get pinned. Interesting. The danger is if davideg attacks, that frees the mosquito. If tempo were not a consideration, I would say that black would have this game won, because he needs 3 bugs. He's got 2 beetles and the grasshopper in reserve. He elected to defend, which that pin by the spider holds that grasshopper in place. Now the pill bug is covered, and then soon the other black beetle is going to come over into play as well. The danger now is a black grasshopper here, jumping to there, and the two beetles take the last two shots. Oh, Fran Vazok just asked, I meant the scorpion, the mantis, the dragonfly. Is it possible to play with all of them? I think the answer to the question that Fran is asking on the YouTube channel is that the official stance of John Yanni, the designer of Hive, is that he's expanded out as far as he's going to expand. And because of that, I would say no, I don't like playing with those expansions. Frame the defending white beetle. If that white beetle gets free, then black will be hard pressed to find enough bugs to win. So I hadn't noticed the time. davideg had approached 10 plus 10 minutes.
Is it 15 minutes time control?
I think it's 12.
12. Yeah.
12. Yeah, he almost had to do that.
Mm.
Now the question becomes, what would he do if jumping over to there? Now when the white queen warps away, black may not have enough bugs to win. So the time differential is now 9 minutes and 30 seconds and counting. But if the white grasshopper gets to there and allows the white queen to warp away, can this black ant be freed? It's kind of blocked in with the gate there. Nope, he's continuing his attack with the beetle.
Could that be because it's no rush?
Well, let's take a look. What happens if the white spider attacks, followed by the white ant attacking?
Mm.
The black pill bug doesn't have anything that can be warped out.
Yep.
So is there a defense? White spider, 1, 2, 3 to there. White ant to here.
Is there any way to free? Yeah, to free that one? Yes. No, not any longer. The ladybug.
See, now the problem is when you fill the fifth spot, the black pill bug can warp the queen away.
Mm-hmm.
So Dubé has joined as a spectator. We got up to almost 11 plus on the timer. It's now Jewdoka's turn. I would think that, well, see, the danger he runs into is that if he advances with the black beetle and the white beetle covers him, then I don't think black has enough bugs to win, but I don't think that white does either, actually. Either I missed something or David missed something with that spider move to there earlier while the beetle was still covering the queen. So let's see if he did that. He would have to fill this spot before that one. Otherwise, the pill bug could warp the spider away. Yes, because if he would have attacked while the beetle was still covering the queen, if he would have attacked, then if he would allow that ant to move in, then there's nothing to stop the beetle. Now the black beetle can advance to defend. So we're 38 minutes in. Okay. Okay. Enrique Sedano just answered the black spider would pin the white ant. Thanks, Enrique. Oh, looks like David had a internet failure. The final white grasshopper comes in. I'm sorry, black grasshopper. Okay, so Jewdoka is looking to do a pill bug surround, maybe. So it looks like David is trying to free his queen. So with this grasshopper going to there, it frees up the queen. Queen could be warped out to here. Does the grasshopper have a threat to move to there? The grasshopper goes to there. It's interesting. Both pill bugs are getting surrounded. So if the white grasshopper to there, it'll be interesting to go back and review this game to see if the white beetle leaving the queen was a mistake. And of course, everybody playing against Jewdoka has an added incentive, because if anybody defeats him, he gets a signed copy of his book.
Not that the person defeating him would need it, though, the content of the book. No. But it's nice.
Probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's assume for a minute that Jewdoka did that, covered the queen. Then he would have grasshopper to here, and the two beetles. Nope, not. He's going to cover the pill bug instead. Nope. Now does white bring the grasshopper back to here and go for a repetition, draw by repetition?
How many times do you have to repeat to force a draw?
Three. Okay. That's one of the things I like about board space over board game arena. Of course, the primary reason I like board space over board game arena is the ability to do post-game analysis and review and edit here. At Board Game Arena, you can't do that. But also at Board Game Arena, you don't have the enforced 3 positions draw enforced.
Okay.
So if the grasshopper goes out there, you are beginning the surrounding of the pill bug. But I think white is in danger here because the black grasshopper to there. Yep.
So is there a tempo difference here? Or is it this black spider pinning the white aunt, and then that aunt that is pinned by the spider can't really leave because then that spider leaves, and
Right.
then you have to fill that kill spot again.
Correct. So this white ant is somewhat relegated to pinning duty on that black spider.
So he lacks 1 bug to finish in 3. So what attack plan would you have for white here?
You bear with me 1 second. We've got John Sandel coming into the room.
Oh, nice.
And so I have to figure out then how to ask him to be asked to unmute.
Yeah.
Hey, there you are. Hey.
Hi, John.
How's it going, Jonas?
Very well. And you?
I'm all right. I finally got a break from the kiddo for a minute, so I thought I'd come up and see how this is going.
Yeah, good. So the question right now is, well, I try to post that, how to attack as white. Could one plan be to bring in a white hopper southeast of the eastmost aunt? It's difficult here that they're not really numbered, the aunts. Okay, direction, but I never learn how to count that.
Now, do you know the way they do it at Board Space?
Yeah.
The horizontal one, think of it this way.
Yeah.
This is 1, this is 2, this is 3.
Okay, fair enough. So white on 2 then.
Now white ant 2, yep. So put a grasshopper there.
Yeah, jump it up. And then, of course, you can warp out the black spider then.
Spider, yeah.
Yeah, so not perfect. Then this is freed to move in.
Okay, Joe made a ring.
Yes. Ladybug.
This is the, yeah.
It's the only real choice is the ladybug, right? Because you can't move the spider. Yeah.
Oh. Now he has a direct spot. Oh, he doesn't have any bugs. That's a pity. So, John, you're a Pollock, right? Is that correct?
What's that?
You're a Pollock, your alias.
A Pollock, yeah. APOLLOQ, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing?
Coming up on 2 years at New Year's. I started I learned the game, the standard game, at a New Year's party in turning 2019, and then I discovered the community and Randy probably a month later and just dove in.
Yeah.
So how about you?
Well, April this year.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's COVID related, pretty
COVID,
much.
yeah.
Isolation, try to find something to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really, I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
So now the threat here by white is this ant going to there. Oh no.
No,
because,
he's got a pill bug still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think an interesting question would be if David would be better off trying to fill the space, the non-kill spot next to the pill bug before trying to attack, to go for the full ring.
Well, see, the thing about it is if for example, the ladybug moved to there,
mm-hmm.
then the pill bug could just warp the ladybug away.
Right,
but he does have two grasshoppers in reserve. So let's look at, does Jewdoka have a threatening attack here?
Well, his
and the answer is
he's counting tempo with that ant now. He's deciding whether he can get to the last spot and whether he has to move the mosquito first. Although the mosquito's in a bad spot for him.
the kill
that's
shot.
Going to recover, yeah.
The kill shot's going to be this beetle here. So can he fill these two spaces?
Yeah, so 1 beetle recover, ant 2 kill 3. So he's just double checking that now, I suppose. Oh, actually, is that what's underneath the beetle? Is that an ant? Underneath the beetle that's away from the queen, the mosquito. Oh, so he can't do that
That's
because
a pill bug.
Yeah. But the second ant beetle, Joe's second beetle is covering another ant effectively, so he can't just 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But he has no bugs to pin. He could drop, although that would create interesting. Yes, so then now he can go down and try to pin the mosquito there with that
grasshopper.
Yeah, but that creates a slight problem because now he would have a gate.
Yep.
The nice thing about that move is it gives him options as a defender, because if, for example, if I'm David there, I might be thinking about putting that ladybug above the pill bug now to fill that last, and that allows him to move the hopper over and then theoretically down there. So that's interesting. Yeah. So now he can move the mosquito if he wants. 2, 3.
See, now the mosquito can move over here and convert to a beetle.
Exactly. Yeah. It's interesting to see this situation where both queens are relatively effectively being attacked in an even way. Right, there's not a clear one's way ahead of the other right now.
Right.
So that's a fascinating spot. It moves 70 to be that, and to have neither queen have. Well, I guess the white queen moved a little bit early in the game, right? But then moved right back. But no, there's been no effective queen chase or anything like that would draw it out and make it a little harder for us to count tempo. It's almost the inner hive situation. Jonas, are you in Sweden? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in
Where
Sweden.
are you? Where are you based?
Just north of Stockholm.
Okay.
Small village called Knivsta.
Okay. I am of Swedish heritage, and one of my coworkers lives in Stockholm. So and I've never been, believe it or not. So someday I'll have to get over there.
You have to visit during springtime. That's the best part.
Yeah. Randy, did you come straight after services, or you decided to dress up for the
yeah. We have our meeting at the Kingdom Hall on Zoom now, but I still dress as a suit out of respect for.
Yeah.
So yes, no, this is my new hive
commentation outfit.
Right.
Yeah. I suspect Joe's really just contemplating that if there's anything lost in letting the spider free there, because it can't pin his aunt there.
Well, so, but if the mosquito goes 1, 2, 3.
Oh, then the spider could
the spider will follow it.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Darn spiders.
See, in the
oh, here's an idea. He could pop that that doesn't really help him though. I was gonna say you could pop the second hopper, black second hopper to the left, and then that would free his mosquito to go straight up to the ant. But then actually that wouldn't work either because it frees the other ants, so that doesn't work. 2, 3. Yeah, this is tough spot for both of them to keep attacking. I'd love to be picking Joe's brain right now.
Well, it's interesting.
One thing that would be very interesting as food for thought, Randy, is to post-game interviews with them, with the players, and make them sort of debate and share their thoughts during the game. That would be really interesting.
So I don't think you ever posted it, Randy, but we recorded Joe and Randy playing each other at our little live event last year on League Day, and the people that were present, we were just walking back and forth when each of them would make a move and like listen to what they were thinking about. That was really a fascinating thing. But it occurs to me, Randy, that we could easily do something like that with breakout rooms this year.
Yes. Well, what ended up happening on that was somehow or the other the recording from Joe's end got lost.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Too bad. Oh, that's a shame.
Okay, and Enrique says, what about black mosquito to white queen lower right? The black mosquito can't get there.
No. Maybe he means the thing we were already talking about with the beetle. Joe is taking a long time with this.
It was very interesting because it had reached up to, David had a over plus 10 not too long ago.
Did he really?
So Joe's
is it plus 12 for the?
It's plus 12 for the knockout rounds.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Well, having a internet issue.
He just got logged off. Okay. David EG is taking over for player 1 as David EG.
So what would happen if the grasshopper jumped out here?
Yeah.
That would free the. That would.
Mosquito to jump up, but then it would free an ant.
Yeah, Enrique says he keeps thinking the mosquito is an ant.
Oh.
Yep, he lost the He lost the ant power.
Mm.
But the disadvantage to jumping this grasshopper out is right now, the ladybug underneath the beetle is free if the beetle ever moves. If the grasshopper jumps out, then that frees the beetle. So
I mean,
what harm would it do if this black ant one moved and attacked?
Which one?
Black ant one, given your count previously. That one.
Well, see, the problem is once the white beetle covered this one,
yeah,
black has nothing to attack that spot with.
Yeah.
He's doing it, what we talked about. So here's another thing. That to me, Joe's move there, I think, is really about, he doesn't have a lot of real options. He's sort of stuck. He's got to get that mosquito in the game again.
Right.
And actually that's an interesting puzzle situation there, Randy, is like, it's not really a good puzzle for trying to solve, but it is an interesting spot with like black having so few real options, right? We can't, pinning with the hopper down, pinning the mosquito with the hopper straight down, or, it's just not a lot.
So let's look at his options. If the grasshopper jumps out here, pinning the spider, that frees the mosquito to come over and act like a beetle.
Mm-hmm. Interesting also that Joe is showing David his options here. He's like,
well, I always wonder whether he's really showing them or he's just, he's doing that and thinking about something else.
Mm-hmm. He's certainly cagey enough to do that. I mean, it's in his book after all.
Oh, we have a feline friend there.
This is Milo. He likes to play with my hive pieces that are on my desk here.
Okay, the grasshopper jumped out.
So now, what in the world? Yeah, there's a waste. Huh. Yeah. It's well anticipated by David there. I wonder if this ends as a draw.
So let's look at black's options here. The black mosquito goes 1, 2, 3, and climbs up on the beetle.
Yeah.
The only way white can stop that is by freeing another ant here. So I don't think he could do that.
No.
So if the black mosquito gets up there,
he can attack the kill spot.
The black grasshopper, the black ant,
Yep.
then the beetle and mosquito.
He's got enough to win, right?
He does.
Yep.
So the black grasshopper jumping out is just a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Well, you just passed the 1 hour mark.
Did you watch both of Euclix and those games with Quad?
I didn't. It was middle of the night here.
Oh.
Sadly, I messed up on the timing again. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Okay, he's
doing a pin replacement up there, right?
Yep. Oh. So now let's look. Now it's time to start counting tempo.
Right.
So let's look at black's tempo. The black mosquito goes up there. The queen goes. Oh no! Oh no! You gotta keep the queen in place. Interesting. Okay, the black mosquito goes up there. The grasshopper, the ant,
Beetle.
and beetle. So
So
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Now let's look at white. The grasshopper goes to there.
Oh, interesting.
Now what does that do? Okay, that frees the black spider. Or frees the queen. And if the beetle covers the queen, okay, so that was just a. So do you think that is Joe admitting a draw?
Well, with the freed ant, his plan doesn't work anymore. Right? Because with the freed ant, if he doesn't pin the ant there with the mosquito, the ant can stop one of his 2 attackers. I don't think he's admitting to a draw yet. I think he's now he's got David having to almost zig swang, right? He's either gonna have to bring that hopper in, or he's gonna have to move a beetle. And that hopper can't attack because queen gets escaped with an ant free. So
if the white beetle covers the black queen, then he's threatening to attack with the grasshopper and take the kill shot with the beetle.
Yep.
So his immediate threat is beetle covers queen, grasshopper attacks, beetle wins. So does
But the ladybug underneath.
Yeah, Joe can jump the hopper back in.
Yep.
Say that again?
Joe can jump the hopper on the left back in. Hopper number 2 can go back into that spot.
Freeing the ladybug underneath. So
to reverse tempo.
But now there is it's a good ring here, right, for white. If he spawns the last hopper next to his queen. Then he can escape with the queen.
If that's what if he's just looking to play for a draw.
Yeah.
Jonas, I don't remember what your BGA screen name is.
Jonas K.
Oh, yeah.
BGA. That is actually a Harknus.
Oh,
it's a completely different one, which I started using prior to signing up to Board Space. I can ping you there. See it.
How do you spell it?
I will message you on there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Really thought about it, Randy.
Well, what's the danger?
That the
Oh, that this grasshopper comes in there?
exactly and frees the ladybug again. Well, he's gonna try.
But he's one bug short of that, right? davideg. I mean,
Well, he's got one in reserve if he could spawn it in such a position that he could have a line of attack.
which could actually work if it makes that ring, right? Then he can jump northwest of the spider first.
Oh, to attack.
Yeah.
Oh, to attack the spot where the
beetle is. Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to do it now, because once the grasshopper jumps in, that no longer is a spawn point.
Spawn, exactly. I'm sure he's thinking of it.
Okay, but let's look at this. If the beetle goes in, threatening. Oh, we still have the black spider pinning the grasshopper.
Actually, he can't. David can't have. Or maybe you were saying this, Randy. David would have to spawn the hopper in that spot before he moves the beetle, because otherwise it frees.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to spawn it before he moves the beetle or before this grasshopper comes back.
Yeah.
Either way.
Because if the grasshopper comes back, he is now forced to recover the ladybug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think there's any choice, but he has to cover the queen.
Because you don't think the spawn. Oh, that's interesting. Clearly, David is trying to all the possibilities as opposed to using that last hopper.
So the idea with this is to walk over with the beetle, right? To get one additional attacker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think he has. I mean, if he did that, and Joe just covered it, then if David warped the queen away, that frees the black ant.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if the black ant moves, then the ladybug is pinned.
Well, or he could, instead of warping the queen, he could just move the queen one space to the right and kind of keep the ant in the spot. Man, you said I haven't actually looked closely, Randy, but you said before that David Dwyer has added timestamps to all the moves now.
See the TM that tells you how many seconds.
Oh, it's by seconds.
Actually, I think it's by milliseconds. So if you replay the game it will show you what each time you move forward, it will adjust the timing here.
Oh, cool.
So you can go through and actually determine how much.
Someone's going to make a big study of that, and there will be a lot of potential for learning about when are the key moves that take time.
So we're back to even time. So David's taking a bunch of time on this one. So he played it. He played the grasshopper making the ring.
Good call, Jonas. You nailed it.
Beginner's luck, right? Let's see if it works then.
That hopper jumping up to the left is also in a pocket, unpinnable.
What's that?
The hopper jumping up to the upper left to threaten the spot where the black beetle is.
Right.
Would be unpinnable initially, unless Joe moved his ant.
Correct. The grasshopper could go here and then threaten the spot if the ladybug escaped. I'm guessing the length of this game, they're only going to play one game today.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the attack.
Just thinking about it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
4. He has an extra attacker now.
Cool.
Yeah, the mosquito. Joe must have already thought that out because he didn't waste any time on that move.
Yeah.
He's counted the tempo. But I can't see. Huh.
Is that David admitting it's going to be a draw? So let's see. So if it were Joe's turn, he jumps in here. That forces the grasshopper to jump out, and then the mosquito goes into there. Is that correct?
Can you try it again? Say it again. I missed it.
Pretend it was Joe's turn.
Yep.
The grasshopper goes to there,
Yep.
threatening the win. This grasshopper has to jump out. That mosquito attacks to there, and nothing can stop the beetle.
Right.
But if now the... Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so he has to do that.
And now that turns it into a draw, right? Because there's no way for can Joe continue to attack?
Except for the fact that can the pillbug move around?
Walk the ladybug or walk the pillbug down. Yeah. Oh, he really has a plan here. He is going for it. Oh, because of the pillbug or the ladybug. He knows that he knows David can't move that beetle now.
Yep.
So he's attacking because David is forced to move the hopper, either to attack or to threaten an attack. Ooh, that's interesting. That pins the ant in there and frees another hopper.
I like the thought behind that, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a creative look.
It blocks the black ant in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does the black pill bug have any potential to move around?
Similarly, can the white beetle do anything to stop it? Probably not. What an intense game, this one.
It is very.
Mm-hmm.
We're reaching the 85-minute mark. I'm going to take my tie off. Hope y'all are not offended.
Oh my gosh, no. I can't believe you're still wearing it hours later.
I'm actually wearing shoes and socks as well.
Oh boy, that's crazy. In Florida.
But it is pouring rain outside.
Oh, well.
So it's still a summer thunder shower. Okay, so he did play that.
the beetle can't move, or the white beetle can't move right now.
This white
So-
beetle here.
Yeah, so that means that unless he moves this ladybug, unless white moves its ladybug, right? But that doesn't really help much.
He could use it to pin the pill bug in place.
Right. Right.
So is there a potential of a squeeze here?
Squeeze meaning forcing white
Bugs
to make a
Wang.
move. Bugs Wang.
Yeah.
It'd be tough for white to pull it, or for black to pull it off with so many free white bugs.
But if black used his ant to pin this ant out here, he cannot be squeezed as long as this white ant is mobile, because it can just move back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
Although that
Okay, now what happens if the black ant comes out to pin, and then this grasshopper switches
goes to that
places?
spot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but then that the lady
He still doesn't have enough bugs to win, though.
Yeah.
Because he needs 2 right now, and he's got the beetle to take the kill shot, but nothing to get into that spot.
And at this point, walking the pill bug all the way around to the kills, that left kill spot is impossible. Too easy for David to win.
Well, I don't think white has enough bugs to win either, does he? Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Because if the pill bug leaves, then the grasshopper, the ant.
1, 2, 3 is easy. Yep.
Yeah.
And even the spider, right?
Exactly.
Even the
Or the
spider.
right.
But if now, how about this? If the ant pins that white ant, which I'm sure Joe's thinking of that, if his free ant pins the white ant up there,
Yeah.
which bug does David move? That's interesting. He goes the other way. Oh, he's giving the power to his mosquito.
So in this case, do you think the pill bug is aiming to just directly west of the mosquito and then warping the ant in and then escaping with the mosquito?
Yes.
Well, once the pill bug gets to there, then the pill bug, the mosquito can warp the ant away, and the mosquito gains ant power.
But if you walk up all the way, then you can keep the white ant pinned when the mosquito gets freed. It takes one step more, but then that white ant is pinned.
Okay, so if the pill bug moves up 1 step,
one more.
what, 2 steps up to here?
Yeah, and then you warp the ant down.
Well, once the pill bug gets to there, then the ant just moves away.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
And then if the pill bug moves back down, the ant comes back.
Yeah.
So he moves it to here, and then uses the mosquito to warp the ant away.
So David is thinking right now about using that hopper to set up a repin of the.
Well, but see, what's going to happen now is if the pill bug moves away, then the grasshopper attacks,
the spider attacks, and
the spider attacks, and the beetle wins.
So 3.
So I don't think the black pill bug can move away.
Right.
That keeps the black, that would keep the black ant
in place.
in place.
They're both looking for bug swing.
They are.
Who will get there first is the question. And it's so rare to even think about that with 3 beetles on top of the hive, or four beetles on top of the hive too.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
it's just that all three of all these ones that are atop the hive are doing something important that if they move,
right,
then you're just shifting to the
it's just the
momentum
visual of it that looks wonky in my head. Right? It's like I don't even think to look for it when there's this much beetle action.
Nope, I guess he's not going to do that.
I thought perhaps he might jump the hopper into the beetle kill spot and then try to jump it up. But I guess it doesn't really help him much.
In other words, to there and then to there.
Yeah.
That I think is a viable situation.
Potentially, if white still has an attack for the beetle kill spot on the right, which he does with the ant currently.
I don't think the black pill bug can move any further away. We just passed the 1.5 hour mark.
Coming back to the question of the signed book by Joe, has anyone beaten him so far in the tournament?
No.
Not in a single game?
No, it's not a single game. It's a match. It has to beat him in a match.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe realized that he can't move the pill bug any further up.
Well, I mean, Joe's almost to bug swing now. he's only got one bug that can move.
Or the pill bug or the he's got 3 bugs that can move.
Oh, I guess he has the hopper too. Yeah. He can jump the hopper out to allow his beetle to be free.
But that also frees the white beetle to move.
Right. So that doesn't work. Does David have any viable plays here? Or is he going to have to just do some wasting moves? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's going to go up there and end up with a mobile ant.
Jonas, I see you've only got a few games on BGA with the Harkness.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. Have you been playing much more on board space, or just?
I've been reading the books, right? And
okay.
if you look at the games, I've been playing Ukulix, I've been playing Frasco, Lois.
Yeah, good players.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, and I tend to put in a lot of effort into each game.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, you've already beat some good players, I can see. Good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I only had one of us visible.
You freed the.
Oh.
You freed the spider. You freed the ant.
Oh.
Man, this game is epic. Now Joe can't move his, in that spot, Joe can't move his pillbug up there.
So what do you think, guys? Think it's going to be a draw?
This is a draw. That's my gut. Because now they're starting to stretch out just to wait for the other person to make a mistake, and that's taking away attackers.
Yeah, Joe wants to keep the beetle where he can threaten that to take the kill shot.
Yeah. There we go. This is a draw. I hate to say it because it was such a fun little puzzle there for a while. In some ways, a good result for both of them. Though I'm sure both would prefer the win out of this.
Yep, the offer a draw button showed up.
There it is.
Okay.
What a game. Well, I hate to say it, but I kind of hope they don't play another one.
Well, I got to run. It's great to see you both.
John, nice.
Be well.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, let's.
Joe's offering another.
Playing on.
Ciao, ciao. See you later.
Ciao.
So the conversation's here. David's asking another day. David lives in Spain, so what it's
should be around
are they
10, 11-ish p.m.
next weekend. So hi fans, this was a great game. If you've sat through all the way to the end, thanks a lot for watching. Jewdoka saying maybe Friday. Sunday would work. So Jonas, I think I am checking out for right now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for hosting, and see you around.
Okay, thanks, Jonas.
Bye.
Thanks all you YouTubers for watching. I'm going to be checking out here very shortly. Make sure I do this correctly. We're going to stop the screen share. And let me find we're going to